Having a strong mind is essential for success in life. It's like a secret power that helps you keep going even when things get tough. Mental strength enables you to tackle problems, stick to your goals, and face challenges with determination, especially when your talents and skills alone aren't enough. This video explores key ideas in Buddhism and how they relate to 10 habits that can weaken your mind. By learning and applying these teachings, we can embark on a journey to strengthen our minds and become more resilient in tough times. Habit number 1, having a negative mindset. A negative mindset is like a heavy cloud that covers the bright sun of our inner happiness. This habit makes us mentally weak because it colors everything in our life with shades of gloom and despair. When we constantly focus on the bad things, we miss out on the good stuff happening around us. It's like wearing dark glasses. Everything appears dim, even the beautiful moments. If we're always thinking negatively, we start believing that everything is bad and that success and happiness are impossible. This outlook becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, influencing our actions and decisions. We may become afraid to take chances or try new things because we've convinced ourselves they'll fail. To overcome a negative mindset, we can turn to the teachings of Buddhism. One key idea is mindfulness, which means paying attention to our thoughts without judging them. Instead of letting negative thoughts take over, we can acknowledge them and then choose to focus on positive aspects. It's like sweeping away the clouds to let the sun shine through. Buddhism also introduces the practice of metta, or loving-kindness meditation, which involves directing warm and positive thoughts towards ourselves and others. By regularly practicing metta, we gradually shift our mindset from negativity to a more compassionate and positive outlook. The concept of impermanence in Buddhism teaches us that everything changes. The bad times will pass just like the good times. Knowing this, we can face challenges with a more resilient mindset, understanding that difficulties are not permanent. By embracing these Buddhist teachings, we empower ourselves to break free from negativity and foster a positive and resilient mind. Habit number 2, complaining about things outside your control. Complaining about things outside our control is like holding on to a hot coal. It only hurts us. This habit weakens our minds because it focuses on what's wrong rather than finding solutions. It's like getting stuck in quicksand. The more we complain, the deeper we sink into negativity. The teachings of Buddhism shed light on why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can break free from its grip. When we complain, we often forget about impermanence, a central concept in Buddhism. Impermanence means that everything is always changing. Complaining tends to make us believe that things will never get better, trapping us in a cycle of discontent. Instead of seeing challenges as temporary, we make them seem like permanent problems. To overcome the habit of complaining, we can practice acceptance. This means understanding that life has ups and downs and that we can't control everything. Acceptance is like learning to dance in the rain instead of complaining about the storm. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of constant complaint. Buddhism also encourages us to focus our energy on things we can control. It's like steering a boat in a storm. We may not control the weather, but we can navigate our vessel. By taking action where we have power, we move from passive complaining to active problem solving. In Buddhism, letting go is another powerful practice. It's like releasing a balloon. We feel lighter when we let go of unnecessary burdens. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the tight grip on complaints and allowing space for positive change. By incorporating these Buddhist principles into our lives, we learn to approach challenges with a balanced mind, accepting the impermanence of situations, and focusing our efforts where we can make a difference. In doing so, we liberate ourselves from the grip of complaints and cultivate mental strength that propels us forward, even in the face of adversity. Habit number 3, not expressing yourself. Not expressing yourself is like having a treasure chest but keeping it locked away. This habit weakens our minds because it stops us from sharing our thoughts, feelings, and ideas with the world. It's like trying to navigate a dark room without turning on the light. Things get confusing and overwhelming. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can break free from its constraints. In Buddhism, expressing oneself authentically is considered essential for building a strong foundation for mental well-being. When we hold back our thoughts and emotions, it's like bottling up a fizzy drink. The pressure builds, and eventually, it might explode. This explosion could manifest as stress, anxiety, or a feeling of being overwhelmed because we haven't let out what's inside. The practice of right speech in Buddhism encourages us to communicate with truth, kindness, and mindfulness. It's like planting seeds of positivity. When we speak, our words can grow into a garden of understanding and connection. By aligning our words with these principles, we build a bridge between ourselves and others, fostering authentic relationships. To overcome the habit of not expressing oneself, mindfulness becomes a valuable tool. Mindfulness is like a mirror. It reflects our thoughts and helps us become aware of our feelings. By being present in the moment, we can observe our thoughts without judgment and express ourselves with clarity and compassion. Expressing oneself is not just about words. It can also involve non-verbal communication, such as body language and gestures. These unspoken expressions are like a secret language, conveying our feelings and thoughts even when we don't say a word. By being aware of our non-verbal communication, we enhance our ability to express ourselves authentically. By integrating these Buddhist teachings into our lives, we learn that authentic expression is not only liberating for ourselves, but also contributes to the well-being of those around us. It's like opening a window to let fresh air in. Expressing ourselves allows the light of understanding and connection to brighten our mental space. In breaking free from the habit of not expressing ourselves, we embark on a journey towards authenticity, building a resilient and empowered mind. Habit number 4. Blaming others for your problems. Blaming others for our problems is like trying to run a race with a backpack full of rocks. It weighs us down and slows our progress. This habit weakens our minds because it takes away our power. It's like handing the steering wheel of our life to someone else instead of driving ourselves. The teachings of Buddhism illuminate why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can untangle ourselves from the blame game. In Buddhism, the concept of karma teaches us that our actions have consequences. Blaming others is like ignoring this law. It's refusing to recognize that we play a role in the unfolding of our own lives. When we blame, we become spectators rather than active participants in our journey. Taking personal responsibility is about understanding that we have the ability to shape our experiences. It's like being the captain of our ship. We may face storms, but we can navigate through them. When we blame others, it's like saying we have no control, but in reality, we do. By embracing the idea that our actions matter, we empower ourselves to make positive choices. To overcome the habit of blaming, forgiveness plays a crucial role. Forgiveness is not about saying what others did is okay. It's about releasing ourselves from the burden of carrying resentment. It's like setting down a heavy backpack. We feel lighter and freer. Forgiving others and ourselves is a powerful step towards reclaiming our personal responsibility. Mindfulness, a key practice in Buddhism, helps us become aware of our thoughts and actions. It's like shining a light on a dark path. We can see where we're going. By being mindful, we can catch ourselves when we're tempted to blame and choose a more empowering response. This shift from blame to responsibility is like trading the rocks in our backpack for wings that help us soar. Incorporating these Buddhist teachings into our lives invites us to step into our power and take charge of our journey. Breaking free from the blame game is not just about holding others accountable. It's about recognizing our agency and ability to shape a positive and resilient mindset. By steering away from blame and embracing personal responsibility, we embark on a journey towards mental strength and self-empowerment. Habit number 5, fantasizing instead of visualizing. Fantasizing instead of visualizing is like building castles in the air. They might be beautiful, but they lack a solid foundation. This habit weakens our minds because it disconnects us from the reality of our present moment. It's like chasing mirages in a desert. We may never reach what we're yearning for. The teachings of Buddhism offer insights into why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can shift from fantasies to visualization for a more grounded and positive mindset. Fantasies often involve unrealistic scenarios and wishful thinking. It's like expecting a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, a beautiful idea but not based in reality. When we get lost in fantasies, it's like daydreaming while missing out on the beauty of the present moment. This habit weakens us because it can lead to disappointment when reality doesn't align with our imagined scenarios. Visualization, on the other hand, involves creating mental images of achievable goals. It's like having a treasure map. We can chart a course to reach our aspirations. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of right intention and right action, which align with visualizing positive outcomes and taking practical steps toward realizing them. By grounding our aspirations in reality, we bridge the gap between dreams and achievable goals. The teachings of impermanence in Buddhism remind us that change is constant. Fantasies often involve clinging to a fixed idea of the future, while visualization adapts to the ever-shifting landscape of life. It's like riding a wave instead of trying to hold on to the shore. We move with the flow of life. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we develop a more flexible and resilient mindset. To overcome the habit of fantasizing, mindfulness becomes a valuable tool. Mindfulness is like putting on glasses that help us see the present clearly. We become aware of our thoughts and gently guide them towards positive and realistic visualization. Mindfulness allows us to appreciate the beauty of the present moment while actively working towards our goals. Incorporating these teachings into our lives encourages us to shift from fantasies to visualization, fostering a more positive and grounded mindset. By embracing the principles of impermanence, right intention, and mindfulness, we break free from the habit of constructing castles in the air. Visualization becomes a powerful ally, helping us manifest positive realities and navigate the journey of life with purpose and resilience. Habit number 6. Not making time for personal relationships. Neglecting personal relationships is like having a garden, but forgetting to water the plants. Over time, everything withers away. This habit weakens our minds because humans are social beings, and meaningful connections bring joy and support. It's like trying to sail a boat without wind. We might move, but it's a slow and lonely journey. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can cultivate stronger connections through the gift of time. Neglecting personal connections is like closing the door to a warm and welcoming home. We miss out on the comfort and support that relationships can provide. When we don't make time for our loved ones, it's like neglecting a garden. The weeds of misunderstanding and distance start to grow. This habit weakens our minds because we may feel isolated without the nourishment of love and companionship. Building and maintaining relationships requires time and effort, much like tending to a garden to make it flourish. To overcome the habit of neglecting personal relationships, we can start by being present. Presence is like sunshine for relationships. It helps them thrive. When we spend quality time with our loved ones, it's like watering the plants regularly. It nurtures the bonds and strengthens our connection. Communication is another vital aspect of nurturing relationships. It's like the wind that fills the sails of a boat. It propels us forward. Taking the time to listen and share our thoughts and feelings is like the water that keeps the garden of relationships vibrant and alive. By being open and communicative, we foster understanding and deepen our connections. Buddhism encourages us to recognize the impermanence of life, including the time we have with our loved ones. It's like savoring a delicious meal. We appreciate it more when we know it won't last forever. By understanding the fleeting nature of time, we become motivated to prioritize relationships and invest the gift of our time in those we care about. Incorporating these teachings into our lives reminds us that personal relationships are like the threads that weave the fabric of our well-being. By making time for our loved ones, we cultivate a support system that strengthens our minds and enriches our lives. Breaking free from the habit of neglecting personal relationships allows us to navigate the journey of life with companions by our side, making the voyage more joyful and fulfilling. Habit number 7. letting your emotions rule you. Letting emotions rule us is like being carried away by a strong river current. We lose control and direction. This habit weakens our minds because unmanaged emotions can become overwhelming and lead us astray. It's like being in a storm without a compass. We might get lost in the turbulence. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can develop emotional intelligence to navigate the currents of our feelings. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a powerful practice that encourages us to observe our emotions without getting swept away by them. It's like standing on the riverbank and watching the water flow. We can witness our emotions without being pulled under. When we let our emotions rule us, it's like being caught in a storm without an anchor. We get tossed around, and it becomes challenging to find our way. The concept of emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions as well as empathizing with the emotions of others. It's like having a compass in the storm. It helps us navigate through challenges and maintain a steady course. When we let our emotions control us, it's like handing over the steering wheel to a turbulent force, risking getting lost in the chaos. To overcome the habit of letting emotions rule us, mindfulness becomes a valuable ally. Mindfulness is like a sturdy boat. It helps us navigate through the waves without capsizing. By being present in the moment and observing our emotions with curiosity and non-judgment, we gain the ability to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate a balanced mind through practices like loving-kindness meditation. It's like planting seeds of compassion in our hearts. These seeds grow into a garden that allows us to respond to emotions with kindness, both towards ourselves and others. By embracing emotional intelligence, we develop a skill set that empowers us to understand, navigate, and learn from our emotions. Incorporating these teachings into our lives helps us break free from the habit of letting emotions rule us. Instead of being at the mercy of emotional storms, we become captains of our emotional ships, steering with mindfulness and compassion. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we navigate the seas of feelings with resilience, maintaining a steady course towards mental strength and well-being. Habit number 8, trying to control everything. Trying to control everything is like juggling too many balls. It's exhausting, and eventually, we might drop them all. This habit weakens our minds because it sets us up for frustration and disappointment. It's like attempting to catch the wind, impossible and frustrating. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can find empowerment in the paradox of surrendering control. In Buddhism, the concept of non-attachment teaches us to let go of the illusion of control. It's like realizing we can't hold on to the clouds. They are always changing and shifting. When we try to control everything, it's like trying to hold on to water. It slips through our fingers, leaving us feeling powerless. Surrendering control doesn't mean giving up. Instead, it means recognizing the limits of our influence. It's like planting seeds in a garden. We nurture them, but we can't control the weather. The weather might bring rain or shine, but our role is to tend to the garden with care. When we accept that some things are beyond our control, we free ourselves from the constant struggle, much like releasing a tightly clenched fist. To overcome the habit of trying to control everything, mindfulness becomes our ally. Mindfulness is like a steady anchor. It keeps us grounded in the present moment. By focusing on what we can influence and letting go of the rest, we navigate the seas of uncertainty with grace and resilience. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the paradox that surrendering control leads to true empowerment. It's like realizing that by loosening our grip, we gain the strength to face life's challenges. When we surrender the need to control, it's like opening our hands to receive what life has to offer, rather than clinging to our preconceived notions. Incorporating these teachings into our lives invites us to release the burden of trying to control everything. By surrendering the illusion of control, we paradoxically find empowerment, like a sail catching the wind, propelling us forward with a sense of freedom. Breaking free from the habit of micromanaging every aspect of life, we discover the strength that comes from embracing the ebb and flow of existence. Habit number 9, dwelling on the past. Dwelling on the past is like carrying a heavy backpack full of old stuff. It slows us down and makes the journey harder. This habit weakens our minds because it keeps us stuck in what's already happened, preventing us from fully enjoying the present or looking forward to the future. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. We're likely to miss what's ahead. The teachings of Buddhism help us understand why dwelling on the past makes us mentally weak and how we can break free from these chains. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness teaches us to be present in the here and now. It's like opening the windows to let in fresh air. It clears out the stuffiness of dwelling on the past. When we dwell on what's behind us, it's like trying to walk backward. We might stumble and lose our way. By letting go of the past, we create space for new experiences and opportunities. Dwelling on the past also ties us to old wounds and grievances. It's like keeping a wound covered in a bandage long after it is healed. It hinders us from fully embracing life. Buddhism encourages us to practice forgiveness, not just for others, but also for ourselves. Forgiveness is like opening the door to release the past. It allows us to step into the present unburdened. The teachings of impermanence in Buddhism remind us that everything changes. It's like watching a river flow. The water never stays the same. When we cling to the past, it's like trying to freeze the river. It becomes stagnant and loses its vitality. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we free ourselves from the chains that bind us to past experiences. To overcome the habit of dwelling on the past, self-compassion is crucial. It's like offering a kind word to a friend in need. We deserve the same kindness. By treating ourselves with compassion and understanding, we break free from the self-imposed prison of regret and guilt. The past becomes a teacher rather than a jailer. Incorporating these teachings into our lives empowers us to let go of the chains that bind us to the past. By embracing mindfulness, forgiveness, and self-compassion, we create a path toward liberation. Breaking free from the habit of dwelling on the past allows us to step into the present with lightness and openness, ready to embrace the unfolding moments of our lives. Habit number 10, worrying about what others say and do. Worrying about what others say and do is like carrying around a heavy backpack filled with other people's thoughts. It burdens our minds and hinders our authenticity. This habit weakens us because it ties our self-worth to external opinions, like sailing a boat that's tossed around by every passing wave. The teachings of Buddhism offer insights into why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can liberate ourselves from the shackles of constant judgment. In Buddhism, the practice of equanimity encourages us to remain balanced amidst the changing tides of praise and criticism. It's like standing on solid ground while the winds of opinions blow. We stay steady. When we worry too much about what others say, it's like building our house on shaky ground. It becomes vulnerable to every passing storm. By cultivating equanimity, we develop resilience in the face of external judgments. Judging ourselves based on others' opinions is like letting someone else hold the mirror. We see ourselves through their eyes, not our own. Buddhism teaches the importance of self-acceptance and authenticity. It's like wearing our favorite clothes instead of trying to fit into someone else's wardrobe. We express ourselves genuinely. By letting go of the need for constant approval, we break free from the limitations imposed by others' expectations. Mindfulness, a central theme in Buddhism, helps us become aware of our thoughts and reactions. When we worry about what others say, it's like being lost in a maze of opinions. Mindfulness acts as a guiding light, helping us find our way back to our true selves. By being present in the moment, we can observe these worries without getting entangled in them. To overcome the habit of worrying about others' opinions, self-love becomes a powerful antidote. It's like planting seeds of kindness within ourselves. These seeds grow into a garden of self-acceptance. By recognizing our intrinsic worth and embracing our unique qualities, we build a shield against the arrows of external judgments. Incorporating these teachings into our lives liberates us from the mental weakness tied to worrying about what others say and do. By practicing equanimity, embracing authenticity, and cultivating self-love, we break free from the chains that bind us to external opinions. Breaking the habit of constant judgment allows us to navigate our own course, steering towards a life guided by inner strength and authenticity. The teachings of Buddhism provide a comprehensive guide to overcoming habits that make us mentally weak. By weaving mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom into the fabric of our daily lives, we can transcend negative patterns and cultivate enduring mental strength. This exploration serves as an invitation to embark on a transformative journey, integrating the profound teachings of Buddhism into the tapestry of our existence. May the wisdom of these teachings illuminate the path to a resilient and empowered mind, inspiring a life filled with purpose, compassion, and joy.
Have you ever wondered if someone close to you might secretly harbor envy toward you? It's one of those emotions that can creep into relationships without making itself known right away. You might not even realize it's there. The person might smile, congratulate you on your successes, and appear friendly, but something feels off. That unease, that gut feeling you get after interacting with them, might be a clue. Envy often hides behind masks, hidden in compliments that don't quite seem genuine or in small comments that subtly undermine your achievements. It's the person who always has something sarcastic to say when you're doing well, who never seems truly happy when you succeed. Maybe they try to bring up their own accomplishments right after you've shared something exciting about your life, as if to overshadow your moment. Maybe they bring up the difficulties you're likely to face right after celebrating your promotion. It's subtle, often hard to pinpoint, but the truth is, envy might be quietly working in the background, affecting how you feel about yourself, your confidence, and even your happiness. But what's really scary is that it could be coming from people you trust, family members, close friends, or colleagues. The ones you think have your back may actually be struggling with jealousy, and that energy can sabotage your life without you even realizing it. The tricky thing about envy is that it doesn't always scream its presence. Instead, it creeps in like a shadow, hiding behind fake smiles and empty words of praise. In Buddhism, envy is recognized as a major obstacle to peace of mind, a low-frequency emotion that keeps both the person feeling it and the person it's directed toward stuck in negativity. It might seem harmless at first, maybe just a little bitterness or a sarcastic comment here and there, but envy has a way of growing, of taking root in the small cracks of relationships and slowly spreading its poison. You've probably felt it before, that subtle shift in energy when someone can't genuinely celebrate your success. It's as if their words don't match their feelings. On the surface, they might be saying the right things, but deep down there's an emotional dissonance, an undercurrent of discomfort that they just can't hide completely. And the truth is, you pick up on that, even if you don't realize it right away. Over time, being around envious people can chip away at your sense of self-worth, making you doubt yourself in ways that are hard to explain. Suddenly, you might find yourself questioning whether you deserve your success or if you're good enough, not fully understanding that it's the envious energy from others weighing you down. It's like being in an environment where the air is heavy, and no matter how hard you try, things don't seem to flow as smoothly as they should. That's what envy does. It blocks the flow of positive energy in your life. What's even more fascinating and a little frightening is how this emotion can stay hidden for so long. Envy often disguises itself in ways that make it hard to detect, especially when it comes from people we care about. Maybe it's a friend who always seems supportive, but you notice that their compliments feel forced. Or maybe it's a coworker who congratulates you on a job well done, only to follow it up with a list of reasons why it wasn't that impressive after all. It's easy to overlook these signs because they're usually subtle. And let's be honest, we don't want to believe that someone close to us could be envious. It's uncomfortable to think about. But the reality is, these small signs of envy can create a ripple effect in your life. According to Buddhist teachings, everything in the universe is connected through energy. And the emotions we cultivate, whether positive or negative, affect the energy around us. Envy, being a low vibrational emotion, drags down the overall energy in your relationships, creating an atmosphere of negativity and limitation. Have you ever wondered why, even when you're working hard and doing everything right, things just don't seem to fall into place? It could be because the envious energy around you is blocking the flow of positivity and abundance that you deserve. The energy we surround ourselves with is incredibly important, and when we're around people who are secretly envious, it can have a profound impact on our emotional and even physical well-being. When someone close to you harbors envy, it's not just an emotional burden. It can start affecting your health, your success, and your overall happiness. Buddhism teaches that emotions like envy are a form of mental pollution, clouding the mind and weakening our life force. Think about it. If you're constantly surrounded by negative energy, it starts to weigh on you, sometimes without you even realizing it. You might start feeling more tired, less motivated, or even physically unwell. And you might not make the connection that it's the energy of envy around you causing these feelings. Over time, being in an environment filled with envy can drain your vitality, making it harder to thrive and grow. That's the hidden danger of envy. It doesn't just affect the person who feels it, but it also reaches out to impact those around them. And the longer it goes unnoticed, the more damage it can do. But here's the good news. By becoming aware of envy's subtle signs and learning to protect your energy, you can regain control over your life and shield yourself from these negative influences. Envy often lurks in the shadows of our closest relationships, and it's important to remember that even people who care about you can struggle with feelings of jealousy. Maybe they don't even realize they're doing it. Maybe it's more about their own insecurities than anything you've done. But that doesn't change the fact that their energy can weigh you down. And if you don't protect yourself, you might find that envy has slowly chipped away at your sense of peace. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of mindfulness and energy protection, reminding us that we have the power to keep our vibrations high, even when others are projecting their negative emotions onto us. Imagine how freeing it would feel to no longer be affected by the envious energy around you, to maintain your peace of mind, no matter what others think or feel. One of the most common and frustrating signs of envy is the subtle way people try to show support while keeping an emotional distance. Have you ever had someone give you a compliment that felt just a little off, like they were saying the right words, but there was no real warmth or enthusiasm behind them? This can be so confusing because, on the surface, they seem to be congratulating you, cheering you on, but deep down, you sense that they don't really mean it. You might brush it off, thinking you're being overly sensitive, but your instincts are probably right. Envious people often feel obligated to say something nice, especially in social situations, but their inner discomfort with your success leaks through in subtle ways. It's not always what they say, but how they say it. Maybe their tone is flat, their smile doesn't reach their eyes, or they quickly change the subject after giving the compliment. These moments can leave you feeling uneasy, like something isn't quite right. And that's because the energy behind the words is misaligned. The person feels conflicted. On one hand, they know they should be supportive, but on the other, your success makes them feel uncomfortable, as it highlights something they feel is missing in their own life. Buddhism teaches us to be mindful of the energy behind words and actions, recognizing when someone's intentions aren't as pure as they seem. This awareness helps protect your emotional space, so you don't get caught up in their emotional dishonesty. The problem with these kinds of interactions is that, over time, they can erode your self-esteem. Even if the person never openly criticizes you, their shallow support and emotional distance can make you second-guess yourself. You might start to wonder if your accomplishments really are that great, or if you're just imagining things. This is the subtle power of envy. It plants seeds of doubt, often without the other person even saying anything explicitly negative. And it's not just in their words. Envious people can also show their feelings through their actions, or rather, their lack of action. They might not show up for your big moments, avoid celebrating your victories, or simply stay distant when you need support. This emotional withdrawal can feel isolating, especially if the person is someone you care about or have always counted on. It's a form of silent sabotage, and it's just as harmful as direct criticism because it leaves you feeling unsupported and alone. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate discernment not just in what others say, but in how they behave toward us. By paying attention to these subtle signs, we can learn to protect ourselves from the toxic energy envy brings without letting it cloud our own sense of accomplishment. Envy also shows up in the way people try to downplay your success. Have you ever shared something exciting? A promotion at work, a new project you're passionate about, or even a personal milestone, only for someone to respond with a dismissive comment like, "That wasn't so hard," or "A lot of people can do that"? It's disheartening, especially when you've worked hard and feel proud of your achievement. These comments are designed to take the wind out of your sails, to make your success seem less significant than it really is. It's as if the person can't stand to see you rise, so they try to bring you down to a level where they feel more comfortable. It's important to recognize that when someone minimizes your achievements, it's usually more about their own insecurities than anything you've done. They might feel threatened by your success because it highlights something they feel they lack in themselves. This is one of the reasons envy is so toxic. It's not just about jealousy, it's about fear and insecurity. And these emotions can lead people to behave in ways that hurt those around them, even if they don't fully realize what they're doing. Buddhist teachings remind us that such attitudes of belittling others' victories come from an unbalanced heart. The envious person is struggling internally, feeling incapable of reaching the same level of success, and instead of celebrating your achievements, they try to devalue them. This behavior can create a vicious cycle where you begin to doubt yourself, thinking, maybe it wasn't that big of a deal, or maybe I was just lucky. This is exactly what the envious person wants, to pull you down to their level so that they don't feel left behind. But here's the thing, your success isn't any less significant just because someone else can't handle it. Buddhism teaches the importance of detachment, not seeking validation from others, but understanding that your worth isn't dependent on anyone else's approval. The more you can internalize this, the easier it becomes to rise above the negativity and stay focused on your own journey. What's even more damaging is when people don't just downplay your achievements, they try to explain them away as mere luck or chance. Have you ever had someone say, "You were just in the right place at the right time," or "It's all about who you know"? These kinds of comments take away from the hard work, dedication, and talent that brought you success in the first place. Envious people often can't accept that your achievements are the result of your efforts, so they chalk it up to luck or circumstance. This way, they can avoid feeling like they're falling behind. But in doing so, they also diminish the value of what you've accomplished, and that can sting, especially when you know how much effort you've put into reaching your goals. Buddhism teaches us about the law of karma, the understanding that everything we achieve is the result of past actions. Luck may play a role in life, but ultimately our achievements are the product of our choices, efforts, and perseverance. It's easy to get caught up in someone else's dismissal of your success, especially if they seem to think it's no big deal. But remember, their inability to acknowledge your hard work doesn't change the reality of what you've accomplished. Staying grounded in your own experience, aware of the energy behind their words, is key to protecting your peace of mind. Buddhism encourages us to practice equanimity, a state of mental calmness, no matter the external circumstances. Whether someone praises you or criticizes you, your inner sense of self-worth remains steady. This is a powerful way to protect yourself from the negativity that envy can bring into your life. By recognizing that their words reflect their own struggles, not your reality, you can maintain your emotional balance and keep moving forward on your path without being dragged down by others' insecurities. Envy has a sneaky way of turning every conversation into a competition. Have you ever noticed that when you share something positive about your life, there's always that one person who immediately brings up their own achievements as if to one-up you? It's exhausting because instead of feeling like you're sharing in a moment of connection, the conversation turns into a contest where they need to prove that they're just as good, if not better than you. This constant need to compare themselves to you isn't just annoying, it's a sign that they're deeply envious. They can't celebrate your success without feeling like it somehow diminishes their own, so they feel compelled to remind you and themselves that they're still in the game. Buddhism teaches that this need for comparison stems from ignorance, one of the three poisons of the mind. People who are stuck in this competitive mentality are actually at war with themselves. They're using you as a mirror for their own insecurities, and instead of focusing on their own growth, they're stuck in a cycle of comparison, which only deepens their dissatisfaction. The desire to constantly outdo others is a sign that they don't understand the deeper truth, that each of us is on our own unique path, and someone else's success doesn't take away from our own potential. For you, being on the receiving end of this competitive behavior can be draining. It's hard to stay positive and confident when someone is always trying to outshine you, especially when the competition isn't healthy or fair. In some cases, envious people might go beyond just comparing themselves to you. They might try to undermine you in more subtle, underhanded ways. They might spread rumors, criticize you behind your back, or try to damage your reputation in an effort to elevate themselves. This is where envy can become truly toxic, as it turns into a form of sabotage. Buddhism teaches that actions like this stem from an inflated ego, and that true peace comes from letting go of the need to compete. The more we cling to the desire to be better than others, the more we feed our own insecurity. The path to balance is through abandoning this competitive mindset and instead focusing on our own growth, recognizing that everyone's journey is different. For those of us who are targets of this kind of envy, it's important to steer clear of conversations or situations that feed into the comparison game. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Your success speaks for itself. The secret to handling this situation is recognizing that the real competition isn't with others, but within ourselves. Buddhism reminds us that the only person we need to surpass is the person we were yesterday. When you understand that your value doesn't depend on outdoing others, it becomes so much easier to maintain your inner peace. Envy can't touch you when you're confident in your own journey and committed to growing at your own pace. One of the most empowering lessons that Buddhism offers is the idea that even something as negative as envy can be transformed into an opportunity for personal growth. It's natural to see envy as something purely destructive, something to avoid or shield yourself from, but when you look at it through a different lens, it can actually become a mirror that reflects important lessons about yourself and your relationships. Envy, whether it's directed at you or something you experience toward others, is an emotion that reveals deeper truths about our inner world. When you notice someone is envious of you, instead of feeling hurt or defensive, take a step back and ask yourself, why is this person reacting this way? Often, the answer has little to do with you and everything to do with their own struggles, insecurities, and feelings of inadequacy. It's not easy to recognize this in the heat of the moment, especially when envy leads to behaviors that hurt or undermine you. But the power comes in realizing that their envy is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their inner pain. This understanding can help you maintain a sense of calm and compassion instead of getting drawn into a cycle of negativity. What's truly liberating about this perspective is that it frees you from taking envy personally. When you see envy as a sign that someone else is dealing with their own internal struggles, you can approach the situation with empathy instead of anger or frustration. It doesn't mean you need to tolerate toxic behavior or let people mistreat you, but it allows you to recognize that the problem lies within them, not within you. Buddhism teaches that emotions like envy arise from attachment, dissatisfaction, and ignorance. People who are envious are often stuck in a mindset of lack, constantly comparing themselves to others and feeling like they fall short. This realization helps you stay grounded in your own truth. You can use envy as a reminder that you are growing, that your success or happiness is unsettling to those who aren't at peace with themselves. Instead of letting it bring you down, let it be a validation that you're on the right path, moving forward in ways that might make others uncomfortable but are true to your journey. By practicing self-analysis, a core teaching in Buddhism, you can also use envy as a tool to reflect on your own emotions and desires. If someone's envy bothers you or makes you feel unsettled, take the time to examine why. Does it tap into a fear of being disliked? Does it bring up feelings of guilt about your success? Often, the way we respond to others' envy can teach us a lot about our own emotional landscape. When you explore these reactions, you gain valuable insight into your inner world, allowing you to grow emotionally and spiritually. It's not just about protecting yourself from the negativity of envy, but about using it as a catalyst for deeper self-awareness. The more you understand your own triggers and insecurities, the less power envy will have over you. This kind of introspection is a powerful tool for breaking free from the emotional traps that envy sets, both for the person who feels it and the person who is targeted by it. Another profound way to transform envy is through the practice of forgiveness and emotional detachment. When someone has hurt you through their envious actions, it's easy to feel angry or resentful, but holding on to that anger only keeps you locked in a cycle of negativity. Buddhism teaches that forgiveness is not about excusing the other person's behavior or pretending it didn't affect you. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden that their actions have created. When you forgive, you let go of the grip that their envy has on your life. You reclaim your emotional space and no longer allow their negativity to influence your state of mind. This doesn't mean you have to maintain a close relationship with someone who has been harmful, but it does mean that you're not letting their envy take up space in your thoughts or emotions. Forgiveness is a way of releasing yourself from the toxic energy that envy brings. Emotional detachment is another important practice when dealing with envy, whether it's from others or within yourself. Detachment in this sense doesn't mean being cold or uncaring. It means not allowing your sense of peace and happiness to be dependent on external circumstances. When someone is envious of you, they may try to pull you into their drama to make you feel guilty or unsure of yourself. Detachment helps you stay centered and calm, recognizing that their feelings are theirs to deal with, not yours. You can maintain your sense of inner balance by not getting caught up in their emotional storm. The same applies when you notice envy arising in yourself. Instead of being consumed by feelings of jealousy or comparison, you can acknowledge the emotion, understand where it's coming from, and then let it go. This practice of letting go is at the heart of Buddhist wisdom and is key to maintaining your emotional freedom. When envy shows up in your life, whether through others or within yourself, it's also an opportunity to strengthen your own path. Use the presence of envy as motivation to keep moving forward, to stay committed to your goals, and to deepen your own self-awareness. Buddhism teaches that the path to enlightenment is filled with challenges, and envy is one of them. But these challenges are not meant to stop you. They're meant to help you grow. Each time you encounter envy, it's a chance to reaffirm your strength, your peace, and your confidence in the path you've chosen. When you understand that envy is a reflection of someone else's inner turmoil, not a reflection of your value, it becomes much easier to stay focused on your journey. The more you strengthen your sense of self, the less you'll be affected by the envy of others. The most important thing to remember about envy is that it says more about the person feeling it than it does about you. When someone is envious of your success, your happiness, or your growth, it's a sign that they are struggling with their own insecurities and frustrations. It's not about you, and it's not your responsibility to fix it. However, just as others may envy us, we too might experience moments of envy toward others. It's a natural human emotion, especially in a world that often encourages competition and comparison. There's no shame in feeling envy. What matters is how we handle it. When you catch yourself comparing yourself to someone else or feeling envious of what they have, take it as an opportunity to reflect on your own desires and goals. What is it that you truly want? How can you use their success as inspiration rather than letting it trigger feelings of lack? Buddhism teaches that accepting and acknowledging your emotions is a critical step toward emotional growth. When you feel envy, instead of pushing it away or feeling guilty about it, acknowledge it. Recognize that it's a normal part of being human and then take steps to transform it. Use it as motivation to focus on your own journey rather than getting stuck in comparison. Everyone's path is different, and someone else's success does not diminish your potential. In fact, when you let go of envy and focus on your own evolution, you open yourself up to even greater possibilities. By breaking the cycle of envy, whether you're the target or the one feeling it, you free yourself from the emotional chains that hold you back. You step into a space of growth, self-awareness, and inner peace. Instead of being weighed down by negativity, you rise above it, allowing yourself to thrive and succeed on your own terms. It's a powerful act of emotional freedom and personal growth, one that not only protects you from the effects of envy, but also strengthens your ability to live with greater fulfillment and wisdom. Did you know that one humble kitchen ingredient has been hailed as a natural healer for thousands of years? Imagine unlocking the secrets of an ancient remedy that not only transforms your meals, but also supercharges your health. That's right, this isn't just any spice rack staple, it's garlic. Prepare to uncover the incredible, science-backed health benefits of this powerhouse ingredient, from ancient traditions to modern wellness. Garlic isn't just a flavor enhancer. It's a natural healer with benefits that have stood the test of time. Embrace this ancient remedy to boost your health in today's world. Since ancient civilizations realized garlic's extraordinary therapeutic qualities thousands of years ago, it has been known as a natural antibiotic powerhouse. In these early societies, garlic was not merely a food ingredient, it was a vital medicinal tool. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, revered garlic for its ability to ward off diseases and even included it in the diet of laborers building the pyramids to enhance their strength and endurance. In a similar vein, Hippocrates, the father of medicine, and other ancient Greek doctors recommended garlic to treat a variety of illnesses, from digestive problems to pulmonary problems. The ancient Chinese and Indian Ayurvedic systems also incorporated garlic into their medicinal practices, leveraging its ability to combat infections and promote overall health. Since then, modern research has confirmed the old healers' intuitions concerning garlic. At the heart of its antibiotic prowess lies a compound called allicin, which is released when garlic is crushed, chopped, or chewed. Allicin is a sulfur-containing compound that exhibits powerful antimicrobial properties capable of fighting a wide range of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Its effectiveness as a natural antibiotic rivals that of some synthetic drugs, making it a compelling option for those seeking natural remedies. Interestingly, allicin is not found in entire garlic cloves. Rather, it is created when alliin is broken down into allicin by an enzyme called alliinase, when the garlic is being crushed or chopped mechanically. This unique chemical process underscores the importance of preparing garlic correctly to maximize its health benefits. In practical terms, garlic has shown remarkable efficacy in addressing various infections. For instance, it has been studied for its ability to combat bacterial strains that have developed resistance to conventional antibiotics, such as methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA. Its antifungal properties are equally noteworthy, as garlic can effectively inhibit the growth of Candida species, which are responsible for conditions like yeast infections. Furthermore, garlic's antiviral capabilities make it a useful ally in combating colds, influenza, and even more severe viral infections. The versatility of garlic as an antimicrobial agent extends to its use in food preservation and safety. In many traditional cuisines, garlic was not only valued for its flavor, but also for its ability to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria in food, thereby preventing spoilage and foodborne illnesses. This dual function as both a culinary ingredient and a natural preservative highlights its indispensable role in human health and nutrition throughout history. Today, garlic continues to be a vital component of natural health regimens. To harness its antibiotic potential, it is recommended to crush or chop fresh garlic and let it sit for about 10 minutes before consuming or cooking with it. This resting period allows the allicin to fully activate, ensuring maximum potency. While raw garlic provides the most robust antimicrobial effects, cooking can still retain some of its beneficial properties, especially when prepared in ways that preserve its natural compounds. Garlic's ability to act as a natural antibiotic aligns with the growing interest in alternative and complementary medicine. As concerns about antibiotic resistance and overuse of synthetic drugs increase, garlic stands out as a time-tested remedy that bridges the gap between ancient traditions and modern health challenges. Its inclusion in daily diets, whether as a raw ingredient, a supplement, or a flavor enhancer in cooked dishes, offers a simple yet powerful way to bolster the body's defenses against a myriad of pathogens. One of garlic's most well-known health benefits is that it can improve heart health. This claim has strong roots in traditional medicine and is currently backed by a large body of contemporary scientific studies. For centuries, healers across various cultures recognized garlic's potential to improve cardiovascular well-being. Ancient Egyptians and Greeks used garlic to address symptoms associated with heart ailments, believing it could purify the blood and enhance circulation. Traditional Chinese medicine also embraced garlic for its ability to regulate the flow of vital energy, or qi, which was thought to play a critical role in maintaining heart health. These ancient practices have been validated in recent decades as researchers uncover the biochemical mechanisms behind garlic's cardiovascular benefits. One of the most remarkable aspects of garlic's impact on heart health is its ability to lower blood pressure, a critical factor in preventing heart attacks and strokes. Garlic achieves this by promoting the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels, allowing for smoother blood flow. This vasodilatory effect helps to reduce the workload on the heart, enabling it to function more efficiently. In clinical studies, garlic supplementation has shown significant reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, comparable to the effects of some prescription medications. The sulfur compounds in garlic, including allicin, are believed to play a key role in this process, working synergistically to support vascular health. Another major benefit of garlic for cardiovascular health is its ability to manage cholesterol levels. High levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, often referred to as bad cholesterol, contribute to the buildup of plaque in arteries, increasing the risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. Garlic has been found to lower LDL cholesterol while simultaneously increasing high-density lipoprotein, HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that helps remove excess cholesterol from the bloodstream. Regular consumption of garlic has also been associated with a reduction in triglycerides, another type of fat that can elevate heart disease risk when present in high levels. Garlic's benefits extend beyond cholesterol and blood pressure management. It possesses anticoagulant properties which help to reduce the risk of blood clots forming within the arteries and veins. This natural blood thinning effect is particularly valuable for individuals at risk of conditions like deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. Additionally, garlic's antioxidant properties help to neutralize free radicals that can damage blood vessels, further protecting the heart from oxidative stress and inflammation. Garlic's immune-boosting qualities are another area where traditional knowledge and contemporary research meet. For centuries, garlic has been used to strengthen the body's defenses against illness, particularly during times of widespread disease. In ancient China, garlic was eaten to prevent seasonal ailments, and during the Middle Ages, it was frequently carried as a plague protective amulet. This long-standing belief in garlic's immune-boosting abilities has been substantiated by research that highlights its capacity to enhance the function of immune cells and reduce the severity of infections. Garlic's rich content of antioxidants and sulfur compounds is key to its immune-supporting effects. These compounds stimulate the activity of white blood cells, the body's primary defense against pathogens. Studies have shown that garlic can increase the activity of macrophages and natural killer cells, both of which play a critical role in identifying and destroying harmful invaders. This immune-modulating effect makes garlic particularly effective against common colds and influenza, helping to reduce the duration and severity of symptoms. In addition to directly fighting infections, garlic supports overall immune health by reducing chronic inflammation, which can weaken the body's ability to combat pathogens. Chronic inflammation is often linked to a variety of health issues, including autoimmune disorders and a compromised immune response. Garlic's anti-inflammatory properties help to create an environment where the immune system can function optimally, ensuring a robust defense against illness. One of the most intriguing aspects of garlic's immune-enhancing properties is its ability to combat viral infections. While antibiotics are ineffective against viruses, garlic's antiviral properties make it a valuable tool in preventing and managing viral illnesses. Compounds in garlic can inhibit the replication of viruses, preventing them from spreading within the body. This has been demonstrated in studies exploring garlic's effects on respiratory viruses, including those that cause colds and flus. Consuming garlic regularly during cold and flu season can act as a natural preventive measure, reducing the likelihood of falling ill. Garlic's ability to enhance immunity is not limited to internal health. It has also been used traditionally as a topical remedy for skin infections and wounds, thanks to its antimicrobial properties. Crushed garlic was often applied to cuts and abrasions to prevent infection and promote healing, a practice that highlights its versatility as a natural medicine. Whether consumed as a dietary supplement, added to meals, or used in topical applications, garlic remains one of the most potent natural allies for maintaining a strong and resilient immune system. Garlic's role as an anti-inflammatory agent is a cornerstone of its health benefits, deeply rooted in both ancient traditions and modern scientific validation. Throughout history, garlic has been used in traditional medicine to alleviate symptoms associated with inflammation, such as joint pain, swelling, and stiffness. Ancient Indian Ayurvedic practitioners and Chinese healers often prescribed garlic to manage arthritis and other inflammatory conditions, recognizing its ability to balance the body's internal systems and reduce discomfort. This ancient practice aligns seamlessly with current scientific findings, which reveal that garlic's sulfur compounds, particularly diallyl disulfide, are powerful anti-inflammatory agents that work on a cellular level to inhibit the pathways responsible for chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is at the root of many serious health conditions, including arthritis, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and neurodegenerative disorders. Garlic's compounds help to suppress the activity of pro-inflammatory enzymes and cytokines, which are chemical messengers that contribute to inflammation in the body. By modulating the immune response and preventing the overproduction of these inflammatory signals, garlic provides a natural means of addressing conditions that are driven by inflammation. For instance, in the context of arthritis, garlic has been shown to reduce swelling in the joints and alleviate pain, improving mobility and quality of life for those affected by this condition. The benefits of garlic's anti-inflammatory properties extend beyond localized pain relief to systemic health improvements. By reducing inflammation in blood vessels, garlic plays a protective role in cardiovascular health, helping to lower the risk of atherosclerosis and high blood pressure. Similarly, its ability to combat inflammation in the gastrointestinal tract makes it a valuable ally for individuals suffering from inflammatory bowel diseases, such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. Even in conditions like asthma, where inflammation of the airways is a central issue, garlic has shown promise in reducing the frequency and severity of symptoms. Garlic's potential as a cancer-fighting agent is another area where its health benefits shine, blending ancient remedies with cutting-edge science. Historically, garlic has been used in many cultures as a detoxifying agent, believed to cleanse the body of harmful substances and support overall vitality. Modern research has since uncovered that garlic contains bioactive sulfur compounds, such as allicin, S-allylcysteine, and ajoine, which contribute to its anti-cancer properties. These compounds have been found to interfere with multiple stages of cancer development, from initiation to progression, offering a natural means of reducing the risk of certain types of cancer. One of garlic's most impressive cancer-fighting mechanisms is its ability to enhance the body's detoxification processes. Many carcinogens, which are substances that can lead to cancer, must first be activated by enzymes in the body before they can cause harm. Garlic helps to modulate these enzymes, increasing the activity of those responsible for detoxifying carcinogens while inhibiting those that activate them. This dual action reduces the overall carcinogenic load on the body, decreasing the likelihood of cellular damage that can lead to cancer. In addition to its detoxifying effects, garlic promotes apoptosis, or programmed cell death, in cancer cells. This is particularly important because cancer cells often evade the natural processes that would otherwise lead to their destruction, allowing them to grow uncontrollably. Compounds in garlic have been shown to induce apoptosis in a variety of cancer cell types, including those associated with breast, prostate, colon, and lung cancers. Garlic also inhibits angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels that tumors rely on for growth and metastasis, effectively starving cancer cells of the nutrients they need to proliferate. Garlic's role in supporting brain health and protecting against neurodegenerative diseases is another fascinating aspect of its wide-ranging benefits. For centuries, garlic has been revered not only for its physical health benefits, but also for its purported ability to enhance mental clarity and cognitive function. Ancient healers often recommended garlic as part of remedies to sharpen the mind and improve memory, a practice that has taken on new significance as modern research explores garlic's potential in reducing the risk of conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. The key to garlic's brain protective effects lies in its rich antioxidant content and its ability to combat oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when there is an imbalance between free radicals, which are harmful molecules, and antioxidants in the body. This imbalance can lead to damage in brain cells, contributing to the development of neurodegenerative disorders. Garlic's antioxidants neutralize these free radicals, protecting brain cells from damage and promoting overall neurological health. Additionally, garlic has been shown to reduce inflammation in the brain, a factor that is increasingly recognized as a contributor to conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Another intriguing aspect of garlic's benefits for brain health is its ability to enhance blood flow, including to the brain. Improved circulation ensures that brain cells receive an adequate supply of oxygen and nutrients, which are essential for maintaining cognitive function. Some studies have suggested that regular consumption of garlic or garlic supplements may improve memory, attention, and learning capacity, particularly in older adults. This aligns with the traditional use of garlic in ancient cultures as a means of promoting longevity and mental acuity. Furthermore, garlic contains compounds that may protect against the formation of beta-amyloid plaques, which are characteristic of Alzheimer's disease. These plaques disrupt communication between brain cells and contribute to the progression of cognitive decline. By inhibiting their formation, garlic offers a natural means of reducing the risk of developing this debilitating condition. Whether consumed as a part of a healthy diet or taken in supplement form, garlic provides a wealth of benefits that support both brain health and overall well-being. Garlic's ability to regulate blood sugar and support metabolic health has been a cornerstone of its medicinal use for centuries. Ancient healers recognized garlic as a natural remedy for managing energy levels and preventing fatigue, particularly in people who exhibited symptoms that today would be associated with diabetes or prediabetes. In traditional Ayurvedic medicine, garlic was often prescribed to balance the body's internal energy and ensure proper digestion and metabolism. Similarly, in ancient Chinese medicine, garlic was considered a warming food that could help harmonize the body's systems, promoting steady energy and blood flow, which indirectly influenced sugar metabolism. Modern scientific research has validated these traditional practices, demonstrating that garlic has a direct impact on blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity. One of garlic's primary mechanisms in blood sugar management lies in its ability to improve insulin secretion and activity. Insulin is the hormone responsible for helping cells absorb glucose from the bloodstream to use as energy. In individuals with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, leading to elevated blood sugar levels. Compounds in garlic, such as S-allylcysteine and allicin, enhance the effectiveness of insulin by increasing its sensitivity and supporting its production in the pancreas. Garlic also plays a role in reducing fasting blood sugar levels, a key marker for diabetes management. Studies have shown that regular consumption of garlic or garlic supplements can lead to significant reductions in blood glucose levels, both in healthy individuals and those with diabetes. This effect is partly due to garlic's ability to slow the breakdown of carbohydrates into glucose in the digestive tract, resulting in a more gradual release of sugar into the bloodstream. This slower release helps to prevent sudden spikes in blood sugar levels, which are harmful over time and can contribute to the development of complications associated with diabetes. Another important benefit of garlic for blood sugar regulation is its impact on lipid metabolism. High blood sugar levels are often accompanied by imbalances in cholesterol and triglycerides, which increase the risk of cardiovascular complications in people with diabetes. Garlic has been shown to lower LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while raising HDL cholesterol, thereby improving overall lipid profiles. This dual action of blood sugar and lipid regulation makes garlic an invaluable tool in managing metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that includes high blood sugar, obesity, and abnormal cholesterol levels. The anti-inflammatory properties of garlic also contribute to its benefits for blood sugar management. Chronic inflammation is a significant factor in the development of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Garlic's sulfur compounds help reduce inflammation in key metabolic tissues, such as the liver and adipose tissue, allowing these organs to function more effectively. By reducing inflammation, garlic not only improves insulin sensitivity, but also supports the body's ability to maintain stable blood sugar levels over time. Garlic's antioxidant properties further enhance its role in managing diabetes and preventing complications. High blood sugar levels can lead to oxidative stress, which damages cells and tissues throughout the body. This oxidative stress is a major driver of diabetes-related complications, including nerve damage, kidney disease, and cardiovascular issues. Garlic's antioxidants neutralize free radicals, reducing oxidative stress and protecting cells from damage. In particular, garlic has been shown to protect pancreatic beta cells, which are responsible for producing insulin from oxidative damage, thereby preserving their function. In addition to its direct effects on blood sugar and insulin, garlic offers broader benefits that contribute to metabolic health. For example, it has been shown to support weight management, which is a critical factor in blood sugar control. Garlic may enhance fat metabolism and reduce fat accumulation, particularly in the abdominal region, where excess fat is strongly associated with insulin resistance. By promoting a healthy weight, garlic indirectly supports the body's ability to regulate blood sugar and maintain metabolic balance. Furthermore, garlic's ability to improve cardiovascular health is particularly important for individuals with diabetes, who are at a higher risk of developing heart disease. By reducing blood pressure, improving cholesterol levels, and enhancing blood vessel function, garlic provides comprehensive support for the cardiovascular system, addressing one of the most serious complications of diabetes. Incorporating garlic into the diet is a simple yet effective way to harness its blood sugar regulating benefits. Raw garlic offers the most potent effects, but cooked garlic and garlic supplements can also be beneficial. For individuals who may find the taste or smell of garlic too strong, aged garlic extract provides a convenient and odorless alternative while retaining the key active compounds responsible for its health benefits. Regular consumption of garlic, whether as part of meals or as a supplement, offers a natural, holistic approach to managing blood sugar levels, improving metabolic health, and reducing the risk of diabetes-related complications. And there you have it, the incredible health benefits of garlic, rooted in ancient wisdom and backed by modern science. From boosting your immunity and protecting your heart to regulating blood sugar and fighting inflammation, garlic is so much more than a kitchen staple. It's a timeless remedy that deserves a place in your daily routine. Ready to embrace the power of garlic and take a step toward better health? Start small, add a clove to your meals, or explore natural remedies to experience its transformative effects. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Join our community where we empower each other to live healthier, more vibrant lives, one step at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.